Hello, folks, and welcome to Telling Tinder Tales, the podcast where the search for love often goes wrong, dates get strange, but the one thing we can be sure of is that we'll all have a good laugh about it. With me, Chris O'Neill. And this week, we're happy to have back my guest host...
Me, Aiden Morris. You may remember me from last week's episode when we learned about the importance of Excel spreadsheets during your hoe phase. Go back and make sure you have a listen if you missed it.
That was a cracking episode. We're sending our love to Thomason and our family, hoping she'll be back with us shortly. But in the meantime, we're happy to have Aiden here.
I'm very happy to be here. Thanks, Chris.
So Aiden, who do we have calling in this week?
This week we have Vanessa. Vanessa, hi, how are you? Where are you calling from today? And tell us a little bit about yourself and your life.
Hello, everyone. I'm really good. I'm Vanessa Guevara Flores, my full name, and I'm calling from East London. Happy to be here.
Vanessa, you don't sound like you have an Essex accent. So where did you grow up?
Shame on me. I should have an Essex accent.
No, I meant that entirely as a compliment. Don't worry.
No, of course. I was born in Mexico. I'm from Mexico. And I've been here in London for 15 years now.
Amazing. What brought you to London?
Longer story. Love brought me here and work. I am a performer, a professional dancer. Currently, I work here in London and in the rest of Europe with theatre companies, so physical theatre or contemporary dance.
Gorgeous.
Excellent. So, as they say, gracias, Vanessa. And hopefully you'll come to Ireland sometime. Now, if you're ready to tell us your tale, please.
Well, as I mentioned before, I've been here 15 years, living in London. And the reason for that was a long-term relationship I was on. And after that relationship changed paths, I was single again. I was single again for a long time. And after 13 years, in total 20 years of not dating,
wow.
I was thinking, oh my God, how am I going to do this? So I thought, let's not jump to the dating immediately. Let's just have some time for myself. And I loved my own company. I was so happy until I felt very lonely. And then I thought, okay, I told a friend, I said, I think I'm feeling lonely. And I thought I need physical company, if that to be more explicit.
Yeah.
And she said, I put you in Tinder. And she grabbed my phone and she started making a profile. She said the basics of it. I said, okay, this is new. I'm sure it's going to be great. So I started swiping and I was like, oh, yes, oh, no, oh, yes, oh, yeah,
It's a very fun game.
It's a very interesting one. And then I remember I got my first bling bling. I was working on my table and I had the phone there, in my breaks I was taking the phone, swiping and put it back there. Anyway, I stand up very quickly from my table to the kitchen. I stand up and when I stood up, my phone nearly falls from the table. And I just saved it very quickly with my hand, put it back on the table, and I went to the kitchen. When I'm in the kitchen, I hear a match. A match happens. and I was like, oh, that's new. And I went back to the table and I got a match. And then I thought, okay, let me see what happened here. And I thought, oh, it's interesting. I wouldn't physically go for that person. And this guy started texting me very quickly. Oh, you very nicely. Very nice, obviously. The guy, oh, you're so pretty. And I was thinking, wait, I don't think I did this purposely. And I thought, oh, when I saved my phone from falling from the table, I must have swiped accidentally. And I chose him, and obviously he had chosen me. So when I came back, I was in my first Tinder trouble. I was like, oh my God.
Gravity betrayed you.
Yes, and this guy was so lovely. And, well, by text, he was working for this date. And I just thought, let me just be very honest. And I said to him, I have to be very honest with you. I haven't been doing Tinder. This is my first time. And I just it was an accident. I don't think he believed me, really. But I was in peace with myself. I thought, I'm being very honest, and this is what happened. That's my first story, and I got very scared. Then I didn't have a lot of texts and calls. Then the second one, which I I chose and we matched, this guy was very straightforward, like, oh, I really wanted a Latina. He was a little bit very stereotypical, like, woo, mamacita. And I was like, oh dear. And he very easily described me his fantasies. And I was like, okay. Yeah, very explicit. And I thought, wait. I think in a message I was like, thank you very much. I think you are very handsome and everything, but I don't think I'm going through that journey just now. Maybe you should never say no, right? Forever. So I said, no, right now. I'm not in that mode. That was my second experience. And then the third one, I was swiping again, and then I see the picture of this. It was very it was very interesting. It was this guy on a Speedos, lying on like on a carpet with loads of guns on the carpet. Yes, machine guns and small guns, I don't know, 45, 37, I don't know the type of guns. But
was he indoors or outdoors?
He was indoors.
Okay. He was indoors in a Speedo surrounded by guns, right?
I feel I need to tell the listeners that Aiden and I have our mouths just wide open with this information, in shock.
Agape,
as they say. Agape. Yeah. Go on, sorry. Back to the guns and Speedos.
Okay, sorry. You're not even done describing the picture. Oh my God.
Yes, so, and I have to say, this man looks very confident on himself. Lying down in a pose, like just confident. And I just thought, who will put these pictures in there, And then, I'm being thinking with this Tinder. There is a cruel thing that happens with Tinder. Yes, we are attractive to each other physically, but I think once someone doesn't attract you physically, you might not even read their profile, right? Because, I don't know, because the physical part is not there, then you pass. And it's not like I was going to give it a chance to this gun guy.
Yeah. Yes, Tinder is shallow, but also there are very obvious red flags in that photo. So, yeah.
But then I was so interested. I thought, wait a minute, something is funny here. What happened? And I just went to read the profile very quickly. And it was a very lovely profile. It was a guy that says, I remember two of the things that says, I want someone to have fun. And I want, many things, but zero bullshit and zero dramas. And, he was describing himself as a loyal. And then I thought, okay. Oh, and a hippie heart. I got a little bit of a hippie heart. And then I thought, okay, now let me swipe the other pictures. So I passed from the first picture, and thank God it wasn't the naked guy in the Speedos.
Was he like a performer and this was like a joke, him in a Speedo surrounded by guns, or was it just like a picture he thought was funny?
Well, more than funny, I think he consciously had the same theory like me. Like, let me put this picture, and whoever is not so shallow of the physicality or might understand a little joke or whatever will go and carry on and read my profile. And that was me.
Well, and did you end up matching him?
Yes.
Did you go on a date with him?
Yes, I did.
Did it go well?
Well, yes. This is, so I saw the rest of the pictures and then I thought, he looks like a nice man, or at least that I would like, an athletic man, And then he had a camera in his hands and I thought, maybe I need some new headshots.
Yeah, smart. Always look through things you can get out of men on Tinder. 100%. That's very smart.
And then, all these interpretations that we do. And then he had a little cutie cuddle toy. And I thought, okay, what does that mean? All these interpretations that we are doing.
Yeah.
Anyway, we match and we text. And then I say, listen, I'm not very interested in texting. Shall we just meet? And then I said, okay, shall we meet at the Tate? One, because I thought, if I meet him and he's really nice, well, we carry on chatting. But if he's not, I will say, shall we go and look at the Tate together? Or,
Yeah, there's other stuff to look at the Tate. You don't have to look at his face. Great idea. Yeah. For our global listeners, anyone not from London, the Tate is the Tate Modern, which is a wonderful contemporary art museum on the south bank of the Thames River in London.
Yeah, we agreed to meet there. So I went there. And I remember there was these benches and there was these people that are basking a guitar, with a guitar and singing. And I got a message that says, I'm your Tinder date, and look forwards. I think I can see you. You are sitting. Look forwards. I'm wearing red trainers and I have a book in my hand. And see if you fancy me. If no, this is your time to run away.
That's quite cute. I like that. That's quite funny.
I think I said, no, come, let's meet. And then we met. And then I was very hungry. And before meeting him, I bought some salad, I had some salad in my bag. We met and I said, shall we sit on the grass? Yes, let's sit on the grass. Taking notes, I'm secretly taking notes. He can sit in the grass and all these things. Okay. And I said, do you mind if I eat? And I was starving. And I said, do you mind if I eat? And he said, no. And as a good Mexican and as a good person, I guess, I was eating and I said, do you want some? And in my culture, food is very important. Sharing food is more important. Now, accepting food means something. And I know, here in England, people are very polite. And I know even if they want some of your food, they always will say, oh, no, thank you very much. Because the politeness sometimes is more important than
than whatever you want. Yeah.
And I remember I said, do you mind if I have some of the salad? No. And I started eating the salad. And I said, do you want some? And he said, yes. And I was like, okay, this guy is hungry like me. He is very, straight on what in his feelings. He doesn't care about, oh yeah, I'm hungry and I'm going to eat, So he left politeness on the side. And I thought that's nice. During the day, both of us were just straightforward into taking. We knew what we wanted. We knew what we didn't want after such a long relationships on our past.
Yeah.
And we carried on the date, having fun, and knowing each other. And yes, we've been now nearly 9 years together.
Oh.
Wow. So from a terrible Speedo photo to a 9-year relationship.
Yes.
That is one heck of a Tinder success story. My goodness.
It is. I have to ask, you have now had the opportunity to inquire from him in regard to both the source of and the rationale for the Speedos and guns thing. What's his story?
Yeah, he was just thinking that he was just interested in who was going to see the picture and keep going to read the profile.
That's a heck of a gamble.
Yeah, well, he thought maybe a more, not shallow, but more, how do you say, superficial person. We just say no. And maybe one more that are more intrigued or more curious will go and see, let me see what's happening under these Speedos and so many guns.
Right.
And I was the victim of that.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yes. Well, I'm very glad that's paid off. My goodness.
Yeah, I can see how the temperaments fit together, but I do think it's a very severe filter, shall we say, to have that particular picture. I your friend set up your Tinder profile for you. I don't imagine she would have put a picture of you with a couple of roaring lions in a very worrying outfit carrying a gun as the opening gambit. I think that would have been analogous, but also wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was there anything that your friend put on your profile that you would not have put on yourself?
No. My friend, we are in the performing arts, and we thought, let's not put anything like that, because sometimes people have these fantasies of actresses and dancers and all these things. So I thought, let's keep it secret on the, yeah. Do you know what? I think at the end of the day, I don't think she wrote anything on my profile. Seriously, I asked my partner and I said, what did you read on my profile that you think, oh, I like her? And I think he mentioned, I don't think you had anything written.
So he entirely relied on people not being superficial to him, and he was entirely superficial towards you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
I didn't give him an option, didn't I?
No, I suppose you didn't. Yeah, that's true.
I just put pictures.
That's very funny, though.
Contrast in styles
Yeah.
couldn't be greater. Vanessa, that's been a fascinating story. It was great to have you on the show. Have you any thoughts or otherwise before we finish up?
I have to say that until nowadays, we share very beautiful times in the kitchen.
Oh.
You know, we like to cook together. We like to, and we always decorate the house and things and make it nicer. And then we thought, but the kitchen is the time where, the place where we taste the most.
That's great.
So food was...
If a couple can get on in the kitchen, I always feel it's a good basis for it, because it's very, very easy to get on someone else's, to annoy someone when they're in the kitchen. Usually kitchen, relatively speaking, modest space, and you're trying to do something and, yeah.
It's true. I have not had a man survive being in a kitchen with me. So...
Aiden, that sounds borderline dangerous.
Yeah, I realized that after I said it. I was like, that sounds way more threatening than I meant it, but I'm going to...
I have concrete floors that are freshly laid every 3 months in my kitchen. Okay, we've moved on to the possible homicide of dates now. I don't think that's where we want to go.
No, I've never murdered anyone. It's fine. Awesome. Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Vanessa. And thank you, listeners. We hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we did. Please help us keep growing with a little like, follow, and most importantly, give us a share. Maybe someone you know is getting back out on the dating scene. Give them some hope and send them this episode. And we'd love to hear your story. Please get in touch with us at tellingtindertales@gmail.com.
Yes, indeed. And we have live shows coming up around the country. Next one is in Glasgow in March. Please come along and say hello, and we can hear your tale.
Follow us on socials at Telling Tinder Tales for all dates and details.
So now all we've got to do is say goodbye. Say goodbye,
Goodbye,
folks.
folks.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Telling Tinder Tales is hosted and produced by me, Chris O'Neill, and Thomason Lockwood. Produced and edited by Lucy Regan, with music by Kinkas Moreira. It's a Jesters Comedy Dublin production and is no way affiliated with or endorsed by Tinder. If you have a story to tell, please get in touch. Details are in the show notes. And if you like us, instead of swiping right, follow us on Instagram and or TikTok at Telling Tinder Tales.